Morning, everyone. Welcome to day one. The final is already upon us in this tournament of BGI Pro League, presented to you by, of course, Mogo in Battlegrounds Mobile India. This is going to be your host, Dave, alongside the streamer Satyajit, who is, of course, not going to be able to speak. But right now, we're going to be looking at the first game coming in right hot over here in no other map than our classic Erangel. So already we're going to see a lot of teams already jumping off. We got around 23 teams in totality. One of the main ones over, the main focus over, one of the main focus over is, of course, going to be Mogo themselves. They have proven themselves to be pretty gnarly in their approach to the gameplay. Now, previously they did shatter the hopes of the previous opponent. So let's see if this is going to play out well for them. 90 players remaining from 23 teams, 4 players each, and we will still have to wait and see how this actually plays out. Players are, of course, going to be spreading themselves apart on different directions. Blind moves from H all the way down to the bottom left. Pochinki is gonna see very little population. We're seeing a lot of players jumping down at school and Yesnava, Polyania. So we're gonna see a lot of action over there. And we got 2 squads already jumping out at military base. That's gonna be good action. 2 other squads are also going to be landing not too far from them, trying to get to Ferry Pier, making their way to the poach. Just want to see if they can actually get something. And already first blood's coming. Wizard 4 steps going to be getting a kill on Instagram. We'll finish him off instantaneously. No man's going to be getting out of his sight. Players have begun to land on the ground. The game has begun, restricting the playing ground in 3 minutes and 20 seconds. That's the amount of time they have left until the playground does begin to shrink. In the meanwhile, we already have the circles. We're going to be taking place at the top left side of the map. Uncertain of where it will go, players will have to make their way to the base. Military base players are going to have the hardest time since they have to move out of only 2 possible outcomes. Those 2 bridges are going to be camped out by none other than Inferno and his teammates. So carefully, they will of course try and get to whatever position they can. At the moment, we're going to be seeing a lot of loot happening, and for some reason, there's a squad in the ocean for some reason. I don't know what they are up to. What the hell? I think they're trying to make their way to the other side, but then this is too early. I don't even know what they're trying to do, man. That's just fine. Good luck to them. Bloodshed's already coming in. Plenty of players are going to be tasting a lot of that. We are seeing a couple of scouts already picking up their weaponries and vehicles. Vehicles are going to play a prime role. It's very important for players to pick up the vehicles since it's the prime mode of transportation. If you do not have a vehicle, you can't outrun the circle, you can't outrun the enemy. If you can't outgun them, outrun them. Remember, hide and seek always works. 2 players already down in this team. 2 remain. That's going to be team number 10. 86 players, 4 players have already died and been eliminated. Still full squads left. Every single squad remains, but not a lot of players. Only 4 players have seen their demise so far, which shouldn't be too much of an issue. 1 minute 40 seconds. Naman does spot the opponent. Squad 16 will be facing off squad 20. 20 does have the element of surprise over here. They know the position of 16, but 16 is unaware of 20 lurking in the shadows. Third-person perspective does play a major role in this. Could, of course, go for the B, but he needs to see him. He needs to see that. He's aware that the opponent is in that general direction, in the vicinity of general direction, but he's uncertain where exactly. Unless he's got a pinpoint, it's going to be worthless for him to peek. Does spot the opponent, can, of course, peek out. Hasn't been spotted. Aiming. Waiting for that perfect opportunity. Spotted him. Broly hasn't seen him yet. This could be the death of him. Runs out. No shot. Okay, Naman with the trigger discipline. Chooses not to shoot. Right choice over there. Gunshots do come in. Bloody hell. Lob will go down. Naman will get the kill on that one. Claw over here. Trying to see if he can loot whatever he can. He's going to be a man left behind, though. His teammates are hauling ass. Squad 17 on the other hand. At Pochinki, looting up. Naman's been eliminated. That man's gonna die. Squad 22 men already down. Halusa and Naman are already down, but not out. Squad number 16 aware of the positions of the opponent. Had 1 man down who will be revived. Halusa is already dead and out. Naman last player to be downed. Squad 16 intercepting the location Naman is hiding. Spotted out now, will be shot out, and down he will go. Another man dead to rights. Squad 20. Not a good fight for them to pick. 2v4 now. All is silent. Omega OP from squad number 20 is, of course, going to have to carry this one. He's only got one other ally remaining. Spots to put on the rooftop. Doesn't go for him, though. Trying to see if we can get a opponent on the road instead. There's smoke over there. Goes for King at last. Missed out the opportunity to shoot the other one. But his position is now revealed. Zooms in. Prepares for the shot. Sees him and goes for the shot. That's a good body. On the neck. Not head, though. Has to carefully line himself. Aquanub on the right wing will, of course, cover his ally. Certain that a flank will occur. He has to hold this location. Heard sounds over there. Just see him, can peek out, goes for the shot. Instantaneously does get him, though. GG's for that, man. Took a bit of damage. Does see the other one as well. Knows that copper screen is going to remain there. His comps will decay in that location. No way a revive will come in that easily towards him. If he's got a grenade, he could also finish them out. Squad 16 is one man down. Not dead, just down. But he's still alive and breathing. Smoke goes out. Another one also out now. Carefully. Trying to shoot through the smoke, seeing if anything sticks over here. On the other side of the map, we do have squad number 9. They're on move. Trying to see if we can get a long snipe on squad 11. Who has taken damage, actually? There are already 2 men dead and just 2 men remaining. So far, 8 players have died and been decimated. Oh, just 8 so far. Rules turn out. No scope screen. Shot on the head by Noob. They're doing a good number on them. On the mid side over here, squad 2 is in the general vicinity of squad 11. Could be anyone's game. We don't know how this will play out. Squad 19 out, 2 of the players outside the zone. The zone is, of course, closing in right now. As it usually does. While other players are going to be caught outside of it, so transport takes priority. Squad number 8. Living outside the zone over here. Have the transport available to them. Heals also on them. Squad 6. Does spot out squad number 2. They already have 1 kill under their belt. Two vehicles available to them. Oh, they've seen him. They do spot him out. Insegil takes an instant U-turn, knowing full well that the enemy will, of course, try to ambush them. And since they're 1 man down, there'll not be a fair fight with them. Two teams left, 79 players alive. The zone is, of course, entering its second phase now. Not much time left before that also closes down. So the few players who are, of course, outside the zone will have to now begin moving in. And there are multiple strategies to how this game is played out. There's, of course, the ambush strategy in which you play aggressively, going from location to location, camping out spots, making sure that whoever is in that city is eradicated before you move on to another location. Those are the hardcore, high tier players. There's also the turtle strategy, in which you try to get down, find a spot, and loot as much as you can, and try to just hold that spot, camp it out until you are forced to move by the ring. Then there's also the third party rule, where you will be playing aggressively, but at the same time, you will only pick fights with teams who are low on HP. Suppose one Team A fights Team B, Team C will of course swoop in as soon as the fight is done to finish off the wounded opponents. It's a pretty scummy strategy, but it works wonderfully. It's also one of the most prominent strategies in Apex Legends. It's actually the only strategy that's prominent in Apex Legends. Krishna praise, goes for a spray, does get a lot of damage on him though. Not enough death. Will he get it? Just about makes it, and just barely, but nope, not really. Team 19. Forza Shadow will survive to live and not die. Oh, he's shooting the gun. He's shooting the cars out. He's gonna get them. He'll explode and get him out. Oh, no, not in time. He has been healed and will, of course, see through his strategy. The vehicle's done for, though. There's no way he can escape to that. That's going to be Team Mogo. All 4 players currently alive. Abiju is the only one who's taken some form of damage. Oh, Squad 24 looking pretty good. Bring down against the opponents. Trying to third party them out. Lots of damage. Darcy is going to go down. Clearing this out is going to be Ronak. Let's see if we can snipe out the arm. Not the best weapon for this range. Oh, but oh my goodness, what's this? They're taking a lot of damage. The moment they're going to go down. Ankush already damaging himself out. Oh no, that's a bad grenade if I've ever seen one. Last man standing in signal from squad number 2. This one is bound to be an opponent over there. Has to run out. Does a grenade. It does prepare. Cooked well enough. Out it goes and bam, no damage. It does do a little bit of damage. Despair though. Low HP. Darcy will die out. Wicked, last man standing in the location. We're of course entering the final few phases now. They know there's one in there, but little do they know there's another squad approaching right towards them. Nades being thrown left and right. Molly and everything right in the building. Wicked is gonna hold out the staircase. Not the best option. Especially given how he does not have a shot, but he's not spot him. Good damage. He's the only man on this floor. He's the only man from his squad. Take a lot of damage though. Low HP on the back end. Gets the kill over there. Spots him. No, he's very, very low over here. Has to heal out. It's the opponent. Doesn't know where he is. Sees him. Heads upstairs once again. Has to heal in though. Has to heal out ASAP. Does go for it. Okay, he has taken one of them down. So they are, of course, forced to revive each other. It's still a 1v2. Ronak by low on HP. Still has himself a better option. Smoke available. Oh, cancels it out. What does he have in mind? It's a 1v2 scenario over here. A lot of nades being thrown upstairs. On the other end, we do have Team Mogo currently battling out. They are already 2-man down! 2 players remaining, being ambushed from all directions. Last 2 players standing, going to be Joker and God. Oh no, they're all going to go down. Joker's the only one on land and surviving, while 𝑠IGOD's drowning himself out. I don't know what goes through that man's head, but well, as long as it works. Good grenade. No damage. Could use another one, but he's only got smokes left now. Another great thing I love about BGMI, PUBG Mobile, and this IP in general is how the meta has changed over time. Firstly, it was, of course, run and guns, and then, of course, it turned out to be sniper rifles and ARs. Then people started to pick up SMGs. They saw the potential in them because of the high fire rate. Then people started to see the niche market for shotguns, and now they've finally picked up and seen how useful nades can be. When Season 1 and Season 0 first dropped out, nobody really thought much of the grenades. Of course, players who were shifting in from the mobile, from the PC gaming scene knew how important they are and how useful that utility is, but majority of the player base were new to gaming in general. So when this, of course, dropped out to the mobile market, people began to strategize. And over time, we saw this simple regime being formed over time where the best strategy were the only ones surviving. And right now, we do see players picking up whatever they believe to be the best form of weapon for them. You have the AR players who play mid to long range. You have the UMP and the SMG players who prefer close to medium range. And I have no idea what NC God from team is doing at the corner of the map, but he's actually doing something. I do not know what goes through that man's head, but it's working. So I guess 16 teams left now. Okay, so honestly, what is Team 22 doing? I'm very curious. Can we have just a peek on what they're up to? What is this man doing? It's surviving, I guess, but oh, okay. I can. All right, back to the action. He'll survive for I don't know how long, but he's doing something. Dear goodness. Now, if you do happen to look at how the game is being played out, you'll see that there is a mass immigration occurring in this particular town. That's of course because the zone is most likely going to end up here. Not only that, it's also the most safe location. Regardless of how many players there are over here, you will still find cover. So unless they're going to be pushing you, they will force themselves in a 1v1 scenario, which is not going to be good because as soon as they're done with you, the other team's going to come for them. So right now, everyone is hesitant on pushing themselves to the edge. However, we will only wait and see what comes to be. Another man down. We're seeing shotguns as well in this. That's actually pretty nice. Squad number 5. I believe they have seen the last of their days. Yes, indeed. They will all die out. That's the death of another squad. And this is where the Prime Gaming begins. Slowly but surely, we do see a lot of the squads wiping each other out. Only the Prime, only the Apex Predators will survive. Team 8, will they be the Predator or Prey? Choosing to be the fighter instead. The dust spray downside. That's a good damage in, but not enough. Hustler's gonna go down. And again, like I said, you can't pick a fight, but at the end of the day, as soon as you're done with that one, you'll be forced into another one. So you better be ready for a long battle because there are no breaks in this one. We're already about 90 minutes and 50 seconds in. Zone is in level 5. This is gonna hurt a lot. You do not wish to be caught outside the zone for more than 5 seconds because that will be a lot of damage on you. Not to mention, it's a zone that keeps on closing, so you have to be on the run constantly. Seeing what happen over here. 10 seconds. 30 seconds, actually 35 seconds with 15 teams left. Eight players alive. 15 teams. Scopes in Mogo. Oh my goodness, he's actually doing it! I did not believe that to be the case. Squad 22, which is Mogo team. That one man, that last man standing, he's got himself 3 kills. He was outside the zone the entire time in the ocean. I didn't think much of it. I believe he was going to drown himself out, but apparently he's surviving. He's eliminated an entire squad by himself. Aims on point. Now he's aware that his position is, of course, given away due to the gunshot. So he's going to have to run inside the zone, play it a bit safe. Snipers are, of course, going to be his biggest concern. At the same time, there's a battle occurring on site, so that's something to look forward to. Oh, he's been spotted! Team 16, with their eyes on him. Oh, is he gone? Will he make it? Is the question. He's taking a lot of damage. Heals himself up, runs for it. Spotted out now! There's the shots coming in at him! From one smoke to another, this man's on fire, just running it out. He's taking a lot of damage in though. Just makes it in the crowd. He's done it! Ran into the rock and he's gonna survive to live another day. Just barely, but he's actually made it. The zone will close out in under 45 seconds, but he's got enough time to heal himself up and live another moment. Now, it must be mentioned that the only one against him is this one particular player from squad number 16. Okay, there's 2 now. They both are looking at him. They're the only one who's got their eyes on him. So if he's able to outrun them, he outruns the entire game and lobby. But at the same time, he's not got many smokes left. This is definitely going in the highlight reel. Now, if luck does favor him, he will have his opponents ambush each other while he can make the great escape. Grant Howard is the only player alive from his squad. Still aware of it. Zone's closing in. All the teams now entering panic mode. 9 teams left with 25 players. It's going to be a hectic battle. The safe cover is not so safe anymore, as the players are forced out of their position, out of their comfort zone. We already see players dying out of the zone slowly, but oh my god, they're all gonna go down one by one. Hunter, OG Fruit, Aditi, Taurus, Mogo. This god also goes down. A lot of players die to the zone. This is level 6. You do not want to mess with this. That only leaves 7 teams now. Teams left. That's an entire playfield of smoke. That's the biggest smoke field I've ever seen one. You can get lost in there. Another man down. 2 more follow. Oh, the zone's hurting a lot. No one wants to be caught outside. Krishna got about 20% of his HP taken out instantly by just 1 single tick damage. Just leaves 5 teams now. It's going to be at this avenue. Now, this is the moment where people will start placing their bets to see who they believe is going to win the game. Right now, my bet is on squad number 16. 20 seconds. This is Wild Squad 16. They're moving in group. They're moving all together. Well, this is a good strategy. A single nade will wipe all of them out. One down. Do get him. And they will recover, of course. Just leaves 5 squads now. But 16 still holding strong. A lot of battle happening in this one particular house. 2 squads battling each other on the back end. Karamla, the only one from his squad. They're both gonna go down though. Squad 16 finally in the scene. Oh my goodness, both of them have gone down. Last man standing from them. This is risky. Okay, they've got 2 remaining. Everyone's playing at different locations. Only 3 squads left. Advice coming in from all directions. Squad 16 with 6 kills under the belt are looking to be the most prominent ones in the winning side. Molly's out. Squad 4 not better now so easily. Does go for the spray. Got him. Sees another. Jumps out for it. Will he get him? Just barely, but he does indeed. Seems like Squad 16 have finally met their opponents, and they are gonna go down one by one. 2 squads left. 6 players. 2v1. Here we go. Copper screen. Will he make it? It's a 2v. It's a 1v2. He's got to kill both of them out. His HP and plenty of smokes on him. Zone is at its final time now. Spot out because of the pre-fire. And oh my goodness, they done it! GG's. We have your winner. Squad number 4 will, of course, be over there, but we finally have a winner. ABs will be the first champion. Winner for the first game. As you do see over here, following this up is going to be, of course, squad number 16. Alongside PSC and KAATIL. A lot of kills over here. It was a pretty good game, so we'll, of course, see you for the next one. Stay tuned. Keep gaming. Yeah, for game number 2 in a different map. Gonna be looking at Myanmar. The plane, of course, will have to take its time. And we will, of course, be entering just startup phase right now. Seeing how this will play out. Uncertain. So the good players are, of course, going to go on the first side of... Firstly and foremost is going to be looting. Can't do anything without that. Definitely now. 8 or 9 players alive, with only 3 teams remaining. I've seen a lot of players dropping out at Los Leones, and rightfully so it is, of course, a hotspot. You got 4 squads over there, and the 5th one right at the outskirts of it. So, battle is imminent. Do we have eyes on the map? We do indeed. Now, it is uncertain how the players will spread out in this scenario, given how Myanmar is a pretty big area, a very, very open map as well. There's very little cover when it comes to horizontal movement. There's very little horizontal cover and very much more vertical cliffs. So that means is if an opponent is at the top side, it's very hard to reach him. Things aren't linear over here. There's a lot of cliffs, a lot of high stock buildings and the likes. Circle will go to the middle of the map. Middle to top side. Oh, La Cobreria. Got 4 squads as well, and we're already seeing a lot of bloodshed coming around as squad number 20 does take their first casualty. He's dead. Okay, first blood's coming from Krishna Blades on Yama. How will it end? Where will it be? Uncertain. Squad 8 will fight Squad 24 though. They're both in the same building, walking up to each other, looking at each other, just crossing themselves apart. Numbers already down. Only 2 plus left. Okay, he's dead. He's gone. He's gone. He's not coming back. He's actually dead. He's gone. A lot of players in the middle of it. Los Leones are still very much populated. They still have 4 squads with the 5th at the outskirt. Who would see any casualties on their end so far? At least not visible to me. So right now we only have 1 player who's actually dead. I believe 2 players who are actually dead so far. No one is one of them. 33 squads. 24 squads. With 2 players dead and out. Oh, one man down. Copper sun. Copper screen. Seeing a lot of kills draw down, but we're not really certain of what's happening. Oh, La Cabrera is where the action will occur. Mogo team alive and breathing very well. So from their end, spotted. The opponent goes for the shot. Goblin's got out of position. There he will be. Good tap on that one. Flix will, of course, finish him off. Oh, 1 more will follow. They've taken out squad 22. No, but he's messing up the spray. That was probably the worst spray we've seen so far. This is exactly why SMG users have a hard time in Myanmar. It's because SMG is medium to close range. You can't snipe with this thing. The handling just doesn't allow for it. Now, on that note, we haven't seen any sniper players either. And granted, this is mobile, so that is to be expected. Squad 8 rolling up. From squad 24, only one player is allowed. It's going to be Flix. Has seen his transport. That's where he's going to be running towards. Oh, Mogos are just hunting, and they're moving in like sharks at this point, clearing out buildings as they go. Spots the opponent. He's bound to be in this house. There's 2 players alive from that squad. Does see him, gets him as well. They're going to be finishing him out. Alright, the outskirts of this house are going to be the remnant of that team. It's going to be squad 8. Pissed. Oh, King Skull's dead. Naded it out. Seeing a lot of squads currently outside the zone, on the extreme sides as well, and it doesn't really fare well for them given how the zone tends to damage a lot of players. And a lot of them do meet their demise. Seeing new mechanics, of course, come into play, like the vending machine as well. Squad 7 is going to be splitting out in this area, trying to see if they can loot as much as possible from this one single town. And given the scale of this, I have no doubt they will get what they do so desperately desire. Shouldn't take too long. More people do fall down. We got 3 squads currently outside the zone right now. What, of course, making their way back in. But granted how they are pretty far, I wouldn't be surprised if they happen to go down. Oh my goodness, he's died out! 2 of them for 1! Somehow playing the long game over here. My Masad sniping the opponents out. He actually baited them. That actually worked. Got 2 of them. Well played and well played indeed. More to follow. Squad retriever's already down. Squad 5 is coming in to rack up that kill. They do want it so desperately on their end. Oh my goodness, he's dead already from the explosion. Squad 23 is not looking good. We only have 1 man left, and he's very far away. Panther Ball from Squad 5 can easily just take him out easily. It's easy picking for him. Looking at. One teams left with 70 players currently alive. So Recurl healing himself up. Now there also comes a time, I believe right after 4th level zone, where if you happen to get revived outside the zone while you're in the storm, you can't really survive it because the time it takes to heal is not going to be enough. Grenade does go in. Squad number 12 executing site now, making their way in. While squad number 15 desperately claws their way for survival. They're fighting outside the zone. Not the most ideal state, but it's the one they have. Go for the revive coin. Go for the push. That spots him. Has to pre-fire it. Does so little damage, but he's gonna go down instead. His allies. I think he may have picked up something which led to him dying out, but it's not looking good for either of the team. Both the teams are taking damage constantly, and they have to either revive or survive. And given how there's very limited healing supplies, it's not gonna go down. They've already done it. Squad number 15 will survive, but oh no, they're already one man down. They make it two. Taiko Akio may die out. Okay, he did get to him in time. Revival has come in. Heal's gonna take its sweet time, and with each passing moment, the zone only gets farther and farther away. What'll it be? Got 14, 2 players alive, ones are down but not out. Gotta commend the struggle that they did go through and managed to pull through. But surely squad number 14 with only 2 players left are going to see if they can take the chances with squad 13. Not recommended, but they're of course going to go for it. Grenades out. Ready whenever they can be. So will it be? Oh, that's a good damage, but there wasn't damage at all. That's a good grenade, a good nade, certainly, but no damage in that regard. Oh, he survived it! Somehow Dracula survives that with 5 HP! Just barely! If he didn't have the regen, I'm certain he would have died. He would have died by now if he didn't have a regen. More grenades do follow. He has to heal himself up. Now he can't really go forward, not backward. He's stuck at the gate because if he goes back, they've got squad number from squad 14. We got Wicked looking at him, and he can't go forward because there's grenade being spammed out by Shady. So Dracula's caught in a pinch over here. Okay, does lay it down, and squad number 14 now finally approaching his location. Dracula does hear the footstep coming in right below him. Has to be careful on how he approaches this fight. Doesn't see them so far. There's one down there. His ally should have him covered. Now, I don't believe they're aware of Dracula's location. He's only been prone this entire time, so they can't really hear him either. He, on the other hand, is going to have the advantage. They really don't know. They're focused on Y1. Dracula has the upper hand over here. He's very well hidden. The other 2 members are at the lower end. Okay, now he has given away his position. Now he did make a lot of sound over there. It's leading up. Let's see if we can get to 100%. Nades and everything being thrown at him. Zone's closing in soon enough in 1 minute and 40 seconds. Wicked is trying to get to the upper floor without using the staircase, which I'm going to be honest is pretty cute to watch, but doesn't really work out. Dracula is still very well hidden. He could just jump down and try to shoot, but that's going to be a big risk. Not to mention the zone's closing in 1 minute and 10 seconds. Oh, another nade, another death. Replace life from squad 7. Make it 1 now. And of course try to go for the revive, but Mogo squad is Not going to be the kind that stays back and down. They're of course the Mogo sharks, and they have smelled their prey. They know what they are like, what they taste like, and they will of course be the hunt to see two of them. With full certainty, they will push forward. Gets the shot come in. The firefight has begun. Then Master goes out, Juice, the last man standing from the squad, and 1v3 scenario will also go down. Score 22. Team Mogo will wipe out team number 7. Well played. GG's. 59 players remaining with 18 teams left. What's happening over here? Squad 21 and 5. They're going in circles. Oh, out of position, but not on a look. The Kerala as well just sleeps one guy now. That's actually pretty unfortunate. Oh, they're all dead. Okay, GG. Squad 5 will take the win. He's down. Okay, that's a 4-man push, which resulted in 3 of them getting down, but no one dying. So that's Squad 15 is of course going to be closing in on them. He got him! Just barely. He is alive though. That was very, very cheeky. Oh, he's gone down now! Oh, he's dead! Score 9. Zeus pushing from the other end does get him. Let's go for the revive ASAP, thinking full well that they're going to be pushing his buddy. He has... The lower end does go down though, and... Just like that, I believe it's going to be the end of them. Last man standing is going to be Mac. He's seen a few of them. His position is compromised. That nade was pretty close. Both of us are going to go for the fights without having to show their faces. It's just going to be through nades. But given how he's the only player alive, it's going to be a hard one. Moving on to spot 4 versus spot 6. It's a 2v4 scenario, not ideal. The member is bleeding out. Revive does occur. Revives here. Oh, he's dead again. Man, Obito's playing it pretty nicely. Oh, just 1 HP. Just 1 HP. This is exactly why you should always have regen on before you go in a fight. This matters. Last one standing from squad 6. MC'd. Shulk is bleeding out. Oh, he's alive. Shulk is alive, but they did lose their buddy. Just 15 squads now. In the smoke, the battle occurs. Squad 3 coming in like smoke demons. Did wipe out 2 of them. 2 still remain. Last man standing. Oh, he's gonna be gone out though. GG's for him as well. Didn't last long. 12 teams remaining now. Just at the 20-minute mark now. The game's going pretty fine. 12 teams left. Not a lot of highlight moments over here. Squad 11 is going to have the perfect ground to snipe off and eliminate their opponents. Squad 22 though, it's Team Mogo already in the zone, already in the location where they need to be in. And I believe they're also pretty well decked out, so go fish. 9 players left with 11 teams. One by one, they all fall down. We will, of course, be closing the game out. The game is most likely going to end on a open area. Mogo, of course, being the first team to have gotten to the location, have taken the only building available. The rest of them, not good. They're too far behind. Not to mention, they still have their eyes open, so if anyone does try to occupy a building close to them, they will be eliminated instantly. The time to kill is short in this game. It's not one anyone wishes to check out. Team 15 just barely surviving. It's going to be Farzi. Can't heal himself, but there's going to be a nade coming in his location. Nade's ready. On the go now. Out it goes. Ooh, he did get him. Well played from him. Now, second nade to seal the deal. Good damage, no death. Oh, he's dead now. Just leaves Farzi, who is hidden very well in the smoke. Nope, he's dead as well. Slot 4 now in the scene. There were the commotion and they're in here. For the plays, zones already gotten one of them. The zone is not something you want to be messing with right now. We are seeing plenty of people die out one by one constantly to the zone, the ring. It's unforgiving. It does not discriminate. It kills all equally. It damages all equally. You can try and out heal it, but you will fail. Always. 8 teams left. We are entering the final couple of zone movements now. Only 2 players alive. Now they have of course fought off an entire charade of enemies by themselves, but given how they are not in the best situation and constantly taking damage, he may get this kill, but he will die. Oh no! They're both gone down! A mutual death, Romeo and Juliet with a big plot twist. 42 is also not looking good, only 4 squads left. Squad number 5 looking at the wrong side over here. These opponents are on the other end. What are they looking at? Is fight already happening? Squad number 22 taking a lot of damage. There are 2 men down. Last man standing from them. There will be... Oh boy. 11 also with their eyes on them. Revives coming for both of them. Can heal up. Squad 22 alive and breathing. Intent already going down. Over here, I believe the fight and the sparks that do burn out from the other teams comes into play. S22 will live thanks to their opponents fighting each other as opposed to fighting them. Squad 5 has the high ground, and we all know high ground equals victory. Sneaky is being sneaky. Sneaky is always being sneaky, just hitting in the corner. Solo play over here. 4 squads left with 9 players. Oh, he's seen him! He has seen him! Intent Nick, what's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? Got an AK, that's plenty of damage. Oh, he sees them as well. He's no one seeing him. The window's completely open. Goes for the shots now. Does get him. Oh, finishes him off as well. GG's. Zone's finally come at him. No, there's bound to be 2 right behind him. I believe squad number 22 is going to be Mogo. Is going to die out of the zone instead. Only 3 squads left. Sneaky. The last few hopes remaining. Squad 5 on the forefront. The other shots and does take him. Last team remaining now. Oh, the grenades got him! Alright, Nick, what you gonna do? It's a 1v2. The more he waits, the more time it takes. He's gonna take the high ground ASAP. Clearly, he'll die over here. Position now revealed. Sees him. Goes for the shots. Not gonna get it. GG's. We're gonna have a champion again. Very well played from Pantobot Legend. Titan Tail and Xena OG, followed by, of course, Intent. Blinds is going to be taken to the third position. Not too far off are going to be the rest of them. Do have a good look at the scoreboard. That was a pretty good match, I must admit. The top players, this is going to be team number 5, did have a great number of kills under their belt. And oh my goodness, the aggressiveness on them. Myanmar is not a child's play map. If you can't play all weapons, you're not going to survive over here. So we'll see you for the next one. Stay tuned, keep gaming, and peace out. What the fuck do you mean? Okay, on we are with the game number 3 of course, Erangel. We're back over here in Erangel. This time in the daytime setting. I do love it, some daytime setting. It's the best kind of setting. Wake up early, get to the game, launch out, land in the zone, get a gun, shoot the closest naked person next to you, pick a car, start riding. Yeah. So yeah. We'll of course be seeing a lot of population dropping down to hospital. School is what it is. We see a sort of flying race happening. They're actually okay. These are T3 teams that are actually flying together to see how things do pan out. And of course, there's going to be a few teams landing on the military base. We're going to see a couple of squads really landing on the bottom area, and we are finally seeing a good amount of, well, split occur. The teams are evenly spread out across the map, which is a good thing to see because finally we're going to be seeing a lot of distractions. And why is team number 18 right above team number 2? Oh my goodness, they're landing right on top of them. Close call over there. He's just barely survived. Seeing a lot of barrel. There's the first blood coming in from another guy. He's actually gonna get 2. Okay, all right. Shotgun on the hand. A triple. Well played. Okay, GG's. This man's a one-man army. You can never go wrong with this one, buddy. You've earned yourself some tea bags. Legit, you can just go ahead and teabag, man. Oh my goodness, he's made a good. The first time I see a shotgun being played out, and it's in this scenario, commendable. KAATIL Doctor MVP, hands down, the best player in the entire game. Never mind, he's gone. Oh, and he's dead. They actually finished him. They finished him. I can see, I could tell the anger they might have had on this guy to instead not focus on the other guys. Screw them. I'll just finish this one particular guy off. But can you believe that KAATIL? They remember just how carefully and how dangerously they killed that man. Went for a 1v3. Picked one off right out the window. Another one coming up the stairs. Low on HP, not an issue. Shotgun out with it. Best time to kill. Dead he will be. Now, got 18. Got to be careful over here. It's got to be only 2 players remaining and 3 players remaining. Doctor, I will admit, has gotten the highlight reel. If we do ever happen to make a reel, this man's in there. All right, then. With everything aside, we will now be able to focus entirely on the stream. Gatka has 2 squads in them. They're still fighting themselves off, and I'll admit it's a bit of a texture fight, given how 17 is pushing number 5. That's the last one stand. Let's get him just barely. Out he will be. Can go for the revive now. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. You Killjoy is gonna have to take priority. You can revive the other one, but he might die out by the time you do. It's a 3-man team right now. 4th man already dead. Yama is out, I believe. Shri, well, so until the revive does come in. Meanwhile, military base is gonna have 3 squads in them. Okay, they haven't really seen each other as of yet, but I'm certain they most certainly soon will. So happens now is the teams are, of course, scattered. We're seeing a lot of the population still go out at George Pool. For the sole reason that not only is it a good open space with plenty of cover, but it's also got a lot of loot in it. So the loot is very easy to find. You don't have to go in a building, try to loot it out entirely, jump out and go for the building. No, you've got containers. You can run through it. You can easily see what you want to pick, and you do pick it up. So there's a certain skill to even looting when it comes to BGMI or any sort of big inventory games. You need to prioritize what you're going to be going for. Do you perhaps stick with the gun that you have early in the game and then find attachments for it, or do you like keep it as a side and have your mind set for this one particular gun that you really want, or do you just play a certain type of gun? For example, if team number 24, let's say Young God 7, was to just get on the airplane, his first thought would be, I'm going to go down there and I will make do with whatever gun I have, but I'm really liking a AR. So he will, of course, pick up the first AR, get all the attachments, and get going with it. Some players, of course, go on the extreme end and keep in mind that I'm going to play this one gun in particular with these sort of attachments, and they'll hoard them until they find the guns. The wrong thing with that one is that you could have the entire game spent without finding that one particular gun or that one particular attachment. Not to mention, you are going to be handicapping yourself by the time you do happen to get it, which isn't really the best option, granted how dangerous the playfield can be. Other than that, when you do happen to loot people, the game automatically prioritizes replenishables and consumables. And of course, ammo. Ammo is a prime consumable. So in that regard, you also need to keep in mind just what exactly will be picking out. There's a lot of depth to just picking up stuff as well, which is exactly what I love about gaming. It seems simple on the surface. Click, shoot, and you win. But no, it goes deeper than that. It goes way deeper than that. Which is exactly what I have fallen in love with in the esport community. People just do stuff that isn't really thought of. I mean, okay, take this for example. A single vehicle has 4 seaters, usually 4 seaters. You could, of course, just drive it straight to the enemy, but in a high skill game, you could put it to full speed, change your seats while you're in the driving position. What does that do? Your hitbox will be jiggling around. That's right, you'll be jiggling while inside a vehicle. Without pressing AOD, without moving or steering, you'll be jiggling while in a vehicle. And your hitbox is going to be teleporting, not moving, teleporting instantaneously, constantly. So this is a very good tip while you're in the vehicle. And this is sort of in-depth. This is sort of depth that's being pushed when it comes to competitive gaming. And that's actually another reason why people hate it, but at the same time love it. Competition, conflict equals evolve. Only through conflict do we evolve. When there's competition, people will try to push the limit, and only then will we find out these sort of new strategies. For example, we didn't really even think that grenades would be useful. Heck, we didn't even know smokes could be useful until it entered the competitive scene. We saw that it's actually providing cover, be it not solid one, but they can't see it. You can't shoot what you can't see. He's already doing a lot of damage from heaven. He's getting sniped. We're going to see a sniper at last. Oh, just barely. Caught out of position, nowhere to go. He will, of course, die out. Gotta check your 6. Always have to check your 6. Don't stray too far from your team. Remember that. You can, of course, split, but remember the buddy system. Always keep one person beside you. For 24, only 3 players left. 5 seconds until the ring does begin to close. Now it's already closing in. That's pretty nice. We are entering 9 minutes and just about 30 seconds now. Squad number 25 is going to be moving with the vehicles through into the site. Not many people actually prioritize getting in the ring for the first 2 rounds. And I believe I have an answer for that. It's simply because you don't need to. You can survive it easily with a few health packs. But you still wouldn't want to pick a fight outside of it. Team 12 is going to be fighting team number 15, who have their eyes on them, but uncertain where they will be pushing from. They, of course, retreat and regroup. Good. That's a good call. This is, okay, if you didn't notice, it's a great call. Team number 12, as soon as they heard them, instead of pushing, they actually went back and regrouped. And this has done wonders, as we do see them picking off 2 of the opponents. Sees another, does get him, and instantly kill them all off. That was very well played. You may have thought that they were cowering away, but no, they were regrouping. Actual strategies being implemented. Squad 4, all players live, 2 kills under the belt. Oh, he's got their eyes on him. Locked on target. He's moving in. Takes the shelter. Gotta be careful. Does see him. Drops out. And okay, he's already done for. Yep, that did not take long. 14 teams alive. This is significantly less than what we had last 2 rounds, and I'm surprised to see them dying out so easily. This is only, what, round 3, I believe? It's only the 3rd circle. And it's still closing in. We have 14 teams alive, with 53 players currently remaining. Granted, not all of them are going to be winning them out at the same time. Not all of them will be losing it. There's bound to be this one particular team who may just give us the perfect content. Uncertain of how that will go. That, he almost squished his own teammate, but okay. So that's the perfect view. That's friendship right there if I've ever seen it. If you were to sum up friendship in BGMI, that's it. That's squad number 94. That is it. One bike, 3 people on it, squandering each other, naked. That's perfect. Love it. They'll, of course, be out in the distance, away from combat, trying to see if they can get better loot at the same time surviving whatever's being thrown at them. That's cool and all, but bikes. I like bikes. Less cover, but more speed. And we all know speed is what matters. Gotta go zoom, gotta go fast. Sonic, the bloody hedgehog. Indent, Nick, 46. Scouting the area for his team. Very risky over here, granted how he is very separate from him, but his ally on the other is gonna get plenty of shots in over there. Nice, taking a lot of damage over here. Gonna be coming up the hill. Takes more damage. Low HP though. One shot at him. Being damaged constantly. Has to get out just barely 50 HP on him. Now he did hurt and wound the enemy, but he did not finish them off. And that's what needs to be done. So they'll of course retreat. They've made their choices. They do not know if the opponent is stronger than them or not, so it's best to avoid fight at this point and to heal up. Not to mention, they're not in a powerful position. By that, I mean, you need a high ground. And given how the enemy had cover and snipers, it's not really worthwhile. The only scenario where I see any team picking a fight from their own accord is if they have completely decked themselves out and are certain that their teams are completely die-hard predators, or they are aware that their opponent is weak and they get pushed. But that is the latter. It's hard to come by in a moment. You need to completely assess where you're getting shot from, how many people are shooting you, has there been any person flanking, do you hear any engines, which is for flanking. So these things always have to be taken into account. For 11, Nick's down, can get revived. They are, of course, playing the long fight over here. Another thing, another sort of combat which I've seen occur constantly, and the most annoying one is long-range combat. Sure, it works out if the opponent is out of cover. Sure, it works out if you can easily reach them. But if you are in a position where you can't push them and they can't push you, but you can still shoot each other, it's going to be constant ups and downs. You will just keep on getting revived. You'll keep on pushing each other from time to time. You'll keep on poking, but there will be no deaths. And that frustration really kicks in when you just down an opponent, but know for a fact that he'll just get back up and shoot you again. So there's that. We're seeing some good settings over here on VR. Squad 13 will stay at the flooded location, trying to see if they can find more utilities. Replenishable matters. Having plenty of stacks of healables always matters. You never know when you're going to be caught in a fight. You never know when you're going to be taking a lot of damage on you. If anything, you need to have at least 2, if not more, health kits on you. Bandages, not entirely preferable, but they do get the job done, so it's always good to have about 10 of them on you. Bigger, complete 100% healing health kits. Oh, that's a definite yes. Get as many of them as you can. They're very rare to come across, but they're also very much worth it. Weapon choices. Weapon choice come to preference. If you are a AR player, pick the AR. AK-47 is a high damaging rifle with plenty of recoil, but kicks like a mule. Does so much damage. The time to kill, I believe it's probably one of the highest damaging rifle with the lowest time to kill. What that means is, if a SMG takes 2 to 3 seconds to kill, this weapon is only going to take 0.7 seconds. And that's a lot. Not to mention headshots, that's instant kill for you. So AK-47, if you can master the spray and you can find the right equipment, perfect pick. Then again, M4 and any other weapon would do the same job. On the other side of the spectrum, my personal favorite is going to be the Vector for its fast fire rate. Medium to close range combat, nothing beats this thing. Not a single AR, not a single shotgun can beat the Vector. For a simple reason that it just pukes bullets. It's shoot. It doesn't shoot them. It pukes them. Squad 91 Hustlers taken out now. You never want to get too comfortable in the wild green. We're seeing UBO King in WNL. Squad 16 with a sniper rifle. Is that a sniper? It's Groza. It's an AR. It's the AUG. With, I believe that's a ×4, perhaps a times. Yeah, that's a ×4 definitely. And he's also got a ghillie suit. Camouflage, I don't believe is really all that worthwhile in BGMI, for the sole reason that if you are against a sniper, he's most likely going to see you easily. And it's not a fault of the actors or the players, it's a fault of the gaming engine. Mobile capability by itself is unable to render players at a long distance. So your camouflage it's out the window. Unless you're close to the opponents, it's out the window. PUBG PC was also one of the games where playing on low quality is better than playing on high quality. If you're getting a competitive edge just because you're reducing the quality of the game, that means something's wrong with your game. The way it's meant to be played is supposed to be better, not worse. Squad 7 still pushing out, no kills on them, but they do have all the members, so that's a plus, that's a big plus. He's seen them. Oh, he's going for the shots in. That's a Scar. Scar does 2% damage and is the overall versatile weapon. At the same time, it's actually one of the best weapons. Scar when compared to the AK is definitely going to be more versatile, because it can take just about every equipment you can throw at it, does decent amount of damage, easily compatible with the most common type of ammunition found in the game, and is overall just perfect. Scar is the perfect standard issue rifle. You can never go wrong with having a Scar member in your team. AK members are going to be trading off that versatility, that utility support for extra damage. So if you ever face off a AR player versus a Scar, definitely the AK will win, for the simple reason that it does more damage. But you put them in different scenarios. Let's say someone's far away, someone's in the cover, someone's got more ammo, someone's got less ammo. Scar will win most of the times. So if you do happen to ask me if you prefer Scar or AK, my personal preference is AK, for a simple reason that it does more damage and it's hard to master. But Scar is a go-to rifle for any level of character. And if you're a starter, if you're a pro, you can always go for Scar. It's the old reliable weapon. Rather smart opponent goes for the shots over here. Misses a lot of them. Not going to be an issue. Does point it out and dead to rights. Take a lot of damage. Oh, he's down though. Probably should have taken cover before pushing out. Or waited for his allies, who have not the slightest clue where the opponent is. On a quick note, the M4 and the M16, fairly decent. I would say burst fire weapons are never good, for the sole reason that you're gonna have to keep tapping, and that messes up with your hand-eye coordination. If anything, I prefer AKs and every other weapon on semi-automatic. I may be you can call me a madman, but that's because I'm a PC player. Mobile gaming, automatics are the way to go. Always, always the way to go. Can't really rely on snipers for the time to kill. To mention the distance that has to be calculated. Vampire will get his opponent, but couldn't finish him out. Slow damage. Grenades already gone out. Oh! No damage. Shots to come in. Sees the opponent. Trying to get the finish off over here. They're playing ready go round. Vampire's trying to get the shots, and he's gonna go down though. Got a bit too greedy, I'd say. Liar OP, come on in, buddy. We wait for you. You are not welcome here, but I care for you. Master has his eyes on him. Juice will of course get the revive in time, while Master of course pushes out the opponent. Oh dear goodness, the shotgun's dead. Grenade's gonna get him SD, and Liar OP will also take the shots. And GG's last man standing from their team, from team number 10, is gonna be Sparrow. OG out in the distance, running out to the zone. The zone's closing in on them. Do they have eyes on him? Do they have eyes on him? I believe they do not. It's taking its sweet damage on them. This is, of course, the fourth ring. Damage, well, not a lot, is still gonna be recognizable. He's taking chip damage. Does he have enough HP? He has regen available, that's for certain. Couple of bandages and 4 health kits. This man can outlive the zone for a good while. It's not recommended though, because once it does get hectic, you gotta get a vehicle or you will die outside the zone. The blue isn't good for all of us. His opponents are still going to be very sturdy on his approach. They have no reason to hurry. They have a vehicle and know for a good fact that there's bound to be one player hiding here somewhere. So Squad 12 is also out in the distance. They are in the zone. They can hide. They can be safe. And no one will question. I'm curious. I have never seen a game end in bunker. Can you imagine how messed up that will be? Like 5 squads in the bunker, uncertain where everyone is, but they have to go in. It's gonna be like a goddamn single player campaign. Luck reigns supreme, and it's I believe that would also be a really good scenario. Wish we had more linear. I really wish that BGMI and other battle royals had a more linear gameplay as well, where they're going to be more than at least 6 to 7 teams, because of course it's got to be battle royale. At the same time, the map design doesn't really allow for too much of a quietness, some sort of linearity. Think of it like a death match, but with a linear gameplay, which is very nice. I believe that's actually $1,000 idea that people need to implement. Good grenade! Oh, great grenade! They're both one tap. Can easily spray and pray over here. Has already eliminated just about all of them. Last man standing. He is in the vehicle. He doesn't see him. He didn't see him. Okay, he did get him. Got all of them. That was ingenious. The smoke from the engine covered him and camouflaged him. So AB's hell didn't see him. Even though he was just sitting there, he didn't see him. Someone write it down. Someone write that down. That was ingenious. So I guess we're just gonna ignore the fact that this man did a 1v4, and not to mention, this team has won previously, I believe. Have they not? This is not the team that came first in the in one of the previous rounds as well. I believe they were at least up then, if not first. But right now they're sitting at 7 kills, which is a lot, I'd say, especially in this caliber of battle royale lobby. Squad 21, 2 players alive. Doesn't want to get off the opportunity. Let's go for the shot. His position, however, is now compromised, as the opponents are aware that there's bound to be one up the hill. If they go in this direction, they are going to be messed up. Goes for the shots over here. Not enough damage. Not having any of the bullets connect. Very risky for him to actually try to pick up a fight, but it's commendable. It's commended, so keep it up, I suppose. In the BIGIL, Squad 16. There's this one name that's on everyone's lips, which is going to be Copper Screen. That Mad Lad has been just so goddamn iconic. You just can't get enough of him. He's just the way he is. Squad 16 healing up. I believe they are. There are 2 kills on them. 21 players and 7 teams remaining. Oh, Absol's down. Wonder what got him. It is surprising to see him go down, though. I believe he's been revived already. I believe he is. Yep, he is. Only 16 runs out. Squad number 21. Last percent, and he's going to be Giant 777. Hiding right behind this stump, this tree trunk. Has been spotted. Yes, that's their scout. That's the scout of squad number 16. Making circles. You'll find him. You don't need to. You got 3-4 vehicles on them. That's a good backup. That's plenty good backups. Now, the zone is going to close out. What that means is they just need to hold the corner. As soon as they have their backs against the zone, they can be certain that they're safe from at least one area. And in the final few zones, it matters to have at least 1 or 3 of your surrounding directions completely safe and secure. Jayen's going to get his pick, though. He's going to go for the finish over here. If he does wish to make a stand, does get it. Can heal off. Nope, not in time. GG's, but he did get the kills. Does that count for something? Zone's closing in. The remaining teams are going to take high ground on these hills, seeing if they can snipe out the opponent instead. Right now, snipers will be taking the edge. The UIT is over here. Spots the opponent, goes for the shots and lays down his ally criminal. Will get him all completely covered up. Leaves 4 squads now. 4 squads with 14 players remaining. What that means is this is finally. This is the moment we've been waiting for. This is one of the games that we've been waiting for. Where 4 squads with 4 members will fight off each other. Right off the bat, 2 players are down, but not dead. 14 players still alive. Squad 16 suffering the most over here, as 7 does push them. One man has been a menace to them. It's gonna be fruit juice. Spraying through the grass field. What's this man up to? What was that? What was that? Zoom in. This joke over here. No, he's aware of at least 2 squads. Wondering where the third is. No, he's the 4th. Now, there are only 2 players now. Comes down, but not out. Has to go for the revive. Smoke's coming in. Brawley is gonna go down to the zone, though. This isn't good. This isn't good at all. Another one down. Joker's also eliminated. I believe this is it. GG's, they're all dead. Another squad dead. Just 2 squads left now. 7 versus 19. 4v4. Most of them have taken casualties. Fruit is going to be the last one, I believe. He's doing a lot of damage on it. Not going to be a good stand over here. Now, squad 7. Fruit just has the advantage of zone atom. While 19 may have the manpower, they are lacking in firepower. That's where Fruit Juice and his team comes into play. Despite having 1 man down, managed to get back up. Get it on. Oh, they're on the offensive actually! They're rushing in! They're going for the shots in! Right through the smoke, criminal's gonna get one of them. They're coming from all directions. No mercy. This is it. Spots the opponent, smokes and grenades, everything's out. Spraying to GG! Squad 7 will take the game. Let's go to Nade Masters. GG's. Criminal, Other Dividing, and Gunmaster. Oh, orange juice. Now, Highlight has to be doctor. It has to be highlight has to be Doctor from Team Cartel. That man is a legend. I must admit, I am a fan. Other than that, well played from both, from all the teams actually over here. A lot of these games have seen a pattern of players capping in the end, but over time this will of course change. Given how a lot of these players are still new to the esports scene, but we're seeing some really high caliber players already over here. So the following games where the herd has been thinned out, where the filter has already been applied and only the best players remain, we see some very nice plays. So we'll see you for the next game tomorrow. Stay tuned, keep gaming. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us on other social media. So keep gaming, boys. Take care.